In 2004, the docks of Newport Beach, California, represented the pinnacle of a hard-earned retirement. Tom and Jackie Hawks had spent years saving almost every penny to buy a modest yacht, the well-deserved, and sailed the coastline. After 2 years living on the water, they received news that changed their priorities. They were going to be grandparents. Jackie, who had been unable to have children since a motorcycle accident in her youth, was ecstatic. To be closer to their family, the couple decided to sell the yacht and move back to land. They placed an ad in a fishing magazine, asking $500,000. Almost immediately, a 25-year-old named Skylar De Leon reached out, claiming he had the cash ready to purchase the boat in full. Skylar was sitting on a massive pile of hot money stolen from a drug kingpin during an armed robbery. He couldn't deposit it or spend it openly without triggering an immediate investigation. The yacht was a laundering tool. By purchasing the vessel with illicit cash and then reselling it, Skylar could transform those stolen bills into a legitimate transaction, resulting in clean, spendable funds in his bank account. The Hawks' desire to reconnect with their family made them vulnerable. They saw a buyer who could help them reach their next chapter. Skylar saw a couple whose life's work could serve as his financial escape. On November 15th, Skylar arrived at the marina for a sea trial. He didn't come alone. He brought 2 men, including a heavily muscled, long-time gang member. Tom Hawks was a former probation officer. He had spent his career around felons, and he recognized the demeanor of the men on the dock immediately. Feeling a deep sense of unease, Tom prepared to cancel the sea trial and walk away. Sensing the deal was falling apart, Skylar stepped aside to make a phone call. Minutes later, his wife Jennifer pulled into the parking lot, carrying their 1-year-old daughter. The presence of the baby changed everything. Jackie immediately engaged with Jennifer, her grandmotherly instincts taking over. Seeing his wife so at ease lowered Tom's guard, and he agreed to take the group out onto the water. The perpetrators didn't use force to get on that boat. They used an infant to trigger Jackie's maternal warmth, weaponizing the couple's own virtues to lead them into a trap. Tom piloted the well-deserved far away from the Newport coast. Eventually, they reached a point where the ocean floor dropped to 3,500 feet. Out here, the social contracts of the shore no longer applied. The takeover was sudden and coordinated. While Tom was lured below deck, the men overpowered both him and Jackie. Within minutes, the couple was restrained with handcuffs and blindfolded with tape. Skylar then began the extortion. He forced the restrained couple to sign legal documents transferring ownership of the yacht and providing full access to their bank accounts. Jackie signed the documents, but on the very last line, she wrote her name as Hawk instead of Hawks. It was a silent, calculated act, ensuring that the official record of the sale carried a permanent mark of the coercion she was under. With the paperwork secured, the illusion of a business deal evaporated. In the absolute isolation of the open ocean, Skylar moved to the final stage of his plan. The men marched Tom and Jackie onto the rear deck. They were forced to sit back to back, their handcuffs physically linked to one another. Skylar dragged a heavy iron anchor across the deck. He took the better end of its metal chain and fastened it directly to the couple's connected handcuffs. Facing the end, Tom found Jackie's hand. As they sat tied to the weight of the anchor, he stroked her fingers and promised her that whatever happened next, they would stay together. Skylar heaved the anchor overboard. The heavy chain unspooled with terrifying speed, grinding and screaming as it ripped across the boat's wooden railing. The chain snapped taut. The weight of the plummeting anchor yanked Tom and Jackie off the deck, pulling them fully conscious over the edge and into the dark, freezing depths. The water churned for a moment, and then the ocean went silent. 3,500 feet of water absorbed the couple completely, leaving no trace of the violence on the surface. When Tom's brother eventually boarded the yacht to investigate the couple's silence, he found the ship in disarray. Lines were left out and control panels were exposed. To his family, the state of the boat was a clear sign that the meticulous Tom Hawks hadn't left it willingly. Skylar claimed Tom and Jackie had simply taken the cash and driven to Mexico. But the story fell apart when authorities found the Hawks SUV parked across the border, with a stranger who pointed investigators directly back to Skylar. The conspiracy buckled under pressure. The notary admitted she was paid in cash to backdate the sale documents, and an accomplice agreed to a plea deal detailing exactly what had happened out on the water. Schuyler believed the deep water would hide his crimes forever, but his own arrogance on land created a trail that led authorities straight to him. Jennifer de Leon was a co-architect of the murders. Her role at the dock, using her own child to lure the Hawks into the trap, was a calculated act of cruelty. Inside the de Leon home, police found the Hawks' personal camcorder. The tape inside contained footage of Jackie giving a joyful tour of the yacht, speaking about her future grandchild and the life they were about to start. Suddenly, that tour of the boat cuts away. The tape jumps to footage of Schuyler and Jennifer laughing at a Thanksgiving dinner just days after the murder, playing with their daughter as if nothing had happened. The perpetrators didn't just want the yacht or the money. They attempted to literally overwrite their victim's existence, treating the Hawks' final memories as nothing more than a stolen trophy.